Thank you for joining us. And today, as we have planned, and you also can see in the Google Classroom that actually Dr. Manolin has posted the task or assignment for you all, and also you already got the models, only the PowerPoint presentation that I will share later on for you all if you think that you're gonna need it. And also for the assignment, the due date is around the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. And you can answer the assignment after we finish, the second session of the classes. So after the second meeting of my session. And so for today, but before that, I would like to know first some introduction from you and maybe a bit from me. So maybe not all of you came to the introduction, which officially have been conducted by Ma'am Annalyn a few days ago. So welcome, and I would like to introduce myself. I'm Karina. So I'm actually a lecturer in Universitas Pendidikan Ganesha, one of state university in Bali, Indonesia. Probably some of you have heard about Bali. It's a small island in Indonesia, and it's very popular because of some tourism destination that we have. And what else? Yeah, so my students are actually the undergrad students, just like you, and my students will be an English teacher in the senior high school or junior high school. So our university is University of Education. So we produce teachers for and giving supply for some schools in Indonesia. And some of the courses that I taught this semester is English for academic purposes. Sorry, speaking for academic purposes, and then also professional English, so English for economic profession, and also cross-cultural understanding. And by that, my university also assigned me to be in the Career Center Development unit. So we have conducted some soft skills program, and also training, communication training for our students to prepare them to go to the work industries. So I think that's all from me. Anyway, on our last meeting, some of the feedback from you are to make this class is interactive, and also you want to know also from my perspective in my country toward the topic that I'm going to present. So because you want an interactive classroom interaction, which means that it goes both ways. So I really need your your cooperation. So do not, I know probably it's quite difficult for you to on cam, or probably you need time and courage to join the discussion. So that's why we have a comment box there. So the chat box. So do not worry to participate in the classroom by typing. So you can type any command or question during our session. So don't worry about it. You can comment anything regarding to the to some of the discussion that we had during the class. So yesterday, actually, Miss Manolin has introduced me with the captain of the class. But can I have it again? The name? Who is the captain of the class here?
I'm the captain of the class, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Oh yeah, is it Gloriel Fasai?
Yes, Gloria Vasai, ma'am.
How to say it? Gloriel Fasai.
Vasai.
Fatsai.
Yes,
Okay. So,
yeah.
so you are the captain of the class. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay. Nice to meet you, Gloriel. So we have 20 students here. I'm sorry, 19 students here. Am I right? How many students are there in this class? Is it only 19 students taking this course?
Ma'am, I think there are more, but they can't join.
Oh, okay. Okay, then that's fine. Okay, so as what I said before, you are very welcome if you want to give comment or asking question during the session, just drop it on the chat box. Okay. All right. Now I want to share the screen. Well, actually, this one is the what is it? The PowerPoint presentation from Ma'am Manalyn. So I just what is it? Can you see it?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss on model 4 about organizational behavior. Yeah. So I think you already have some previous what is it knowledge and insight from Dr. Manalyn about this organizational communication in the previous what's it meeting with her, right? So actually, if you think about organizational behavior, is we have to keywords here: organization and behavior. Now, I want to know whether any of you have any experience in organization. Put in the comment. Who have an experience in what is it? In being included or getting involved in organization? Please put in the comment. You can put it in the chat. Okay. Oh, right. So some have experience in campus publications, great. And then nice. And Jama Alana say you have experience. Okay, nice. Jama, which organization are you? Oh, religious organizations. Great. What is SSG, by the way?
Supreme
Supreme
Student.
Student Government.
What is it?
Supreme Student Government po.
Oh, Supreme Students Government. What is
Yes,
it? What is it? Is it a student union internal campus or what?
Yes, ma'am. A campus body organization.
A campus body organization. That's very nice. Okay. So then, if you are already having an experience to be involved in organization, you probably have known already how you communicate to each other. So that is good way to start. So you will have you already have a prior knowledge and also experience about organizational behavior, or actually. So just like you now will be more aware and alert with what your what is it, the team member or probably your friends who are also involved in the organization, how they behave and how they communicate to each other. So I can say that organizational behavior is actually an essential part of people management. So especially in today's work culture. Okay, so the synergy and behavior between people will determine their efficiency, how employees communicate with one another, and then also their compatibility. So it is very vital. Okay, and their compatibility also, and as you said that there is a people unity mean, there is a union means that there is a unity of people, and people are different, right? Peoples are coming from different and unique individuals, right? And this even make even more complicated. So we thought people's unity, actually, it is very difficult to achieve long-term success. So can you imagine if there is no good knowledge about organizational behavior in the perspective of management, it is very hard to achieve the goal, right? So actually, the study of organizational behavior here is very interesting and challenging. Why? Because it is related to individuals and then group of people who work. I'm, I'm so sorry. I think my my internet connection is not very stable here. I'm so sorry. Right. So I'm going to start again on the share screen. Okay. All right. So I'm very sorry because the unstable connection that we have here. Okay, so as you know, as you have also experienced in organization, you can see, right? No two individuals are likely to behave in the same manner, right? Like in a particular work situation. Just the same like me right now. I don't expect that everyone in this classroom, every individual in the classroom will act or behave in the same manner, right? Even though I give you the same situation, probably you will behave or respond differently, right? So it is the predictability of a manager about the expected behavior of an individual, and you have to be aware that there are no absolute in human behavior. So it is the human factor that is contributory to the productivity. So actually, in my perspective, when we talk about organizational behavior, we talk about behavior of human being, and your sensitivity toward how human behave and act to particular situation is very important. You know. Okay. Next. Okay. So for today, at the end of this model, you are actually expected to first you can explain the concept of organizational change, and the second is to discuss how organizations shape one identity, and the third objective is you are able to differentiate the characteristic of organization as a whole. Okay, now we have some organizational behavior here. I have one video for you, but before that, and I would like you to to put your concern or understand first some of the organizational behavior that we have here. Okay, and after that, I'm going to play you a video and tell me which model is actually been adopted by the people in the video, whether it is autocratic or custodial or supportive or collegial and system model. So when we talk about models, models are actually the technique which help us to understand the complex things and idea in a clear manner, right? And models are frameworks or possible explanations. Why do people behave as they do at work? So there are actually so many models as many are organizations, and varying results across the organizations are substantially caused by differences in the models of organizational behavior. So all the models of organizational behavior are broadly classified into 5 types. They are autocratic, custodial, supportive, collegial, and system. So we discussed these 5 models beginning with the autocratic organizational behavior. Okay, so autocratic model is the model that depends upon strength, power, and formal authority. As the name is autocratic, so it's from authority. Okay, so in an autocratic organization, the people, what we call by as the people here is the management and owners, management or owners who manage the task in an organization have formal authority for controlling the employees who work under them. So in autocratic model, there is the power of authority, the management, the owner to the employee. So the employee here has a lower level. So and also employee here considered to have little control over the work function, and their ideas and innovations are not generally welcome. So as the key decisions are made at the top management level. So the guiding principle behind this model is that management or owners have enormous business expertise, and the average employee has relatively low level of skill and needs to be fully directed and guided. So this type of autocratic management system was common in factories in the Industrial Revolution era. So one of more significant problem associated with the autocratic model is that the management team is required to micromanage the staff because everything comes from the management and from the authority, right? From the owner. So where they have to watch all the details and make every single decision. So clearly, in a more modern day organization like today, yeah, where highly paid specialists are employed, an autocratic system becomes impractical and highly inefficient, right? So the autocratic model is also a detractor to job satisfaction and employees' morale. Why? This is because employees do not feel valued and part of the overall team. So it's just like the staff or the employee just get the instruction and do the instruction. Get the instruction and do the instruction. They do not get involved in the making or in the process of making the instruction. Why does the instruction is made so? And why? The reasons lies on it. Okay. And yeah, as I said earlier, that it become outdated for most modern day organization. Okay, and the second is custodial model. So in the custodial model is based around the concept of providing economic securities for employees. So they give wages and benefits to the employee. So in order to, the purpose of giving them is to create employee loyalty and motivation. So in some countries, many professional companies provide health benefits, corporate cards even, and then financial packaging of salary. So these are a kind of incentives designed to attract and retain quality staff. Yeah, so the underlying theory for the organization is that they will have a greater skilled workforce, more motivated employees, and have a competitive advantage through employee knowledge and expertise. And one of the downsides with the custodial model is that it is also attract and retains low performance staff as well. Why? Because some staff probably only feel that they are trapped in an organization because the benefits are too good to leave. Yeah. I think probably some of you are just like having some TikTok account and it is quite having a massive TikTok, what is it, posts about it that I still love to buy this stuff. I love to buy this nice stuff. So that's why I need to go to work because only by working they can get the benefits of the wages or probably some of the facilities provided by the company. Okay, and the third one on organizational behavior, we have a supportive model. So unlike the two earlier approaches, autocratic and custodial model, So the supportive model is focused around aspiring leadership. Yeah, okay, so it is not based upon control and authority, like in the autocratic model, or upon incentive, like in the custodial model, but instead tries to motivate staff through the manager-employee relationships and how employees are treated on a day-to-day basis. So quite opposite to the autocratic model. And this approach states that employees are self-motivated and have value and insight to contribute to the organization beyond just their day-to-day role. So the intent of this model is to motivate employees through a positive workplace where their ideas are encouraged and often adapted. So therefore, the employees have some form of buy-in to the organization and its direction. And then number 4, we have collegial model. Okay, as the name is collegial, probably some of you have already can see what this model is about. So it based around teamwork. So everybody working as colleges, as the name is collegial, colleges. Okay, so the overall environment and corporate culture need to be aligned to this model. So where everybody is actively participating. So it's not about status on job titles. So I am the managing director, or I am the staff of the human resources, and so on. So it's not about the status on job titles. Everybody is encouraged to work together to build a better organization. So the role of the manager here is to foster this teamwork and create positive and energetic workplace. So in much regards, the manager can be considered to be the coach of the team. And as coach, the goal is to make the team perform well overall rather than focus on their own performance or the performance of key individuals. Okay, so the collegial model is quite effective in organizations that need to find new approaches like marketing teams, research and development, technology or software. Indeed, anywhere the competitive landscape is constantly changing and ideas and innovations are key competitive success factors. So once again, if in the middle of my presentation or during the class session, you want to comment on anything, whether on autocratic model or custodial model, supportive model, or you want to also sharing the experience that you have on your organization, you may share on the comment section. Just put on the chat box, or you can also asking question. Okay. So, and then the last one, the final organizational model we have is the system model. So this is actually the most contemporary model of the 5 models discussed here. In the system model, so the organization looks at the overall structure and team environment and considers that individuals have different goals, talents, and potential. So the intent of the system model is to try and balance the goals of the individuals with the goals of the organization. Okay, because I'm quite sure that when someday you are getting involved to work in one company, you as an individual also have your own goal. But how to balance your goal as the worker with the or employee with the goal of organization, that can be another challenge. Okay. In individual side, obviously you want good remuneration, for example, and also job security, but also some individual probably also want a work environment where the organization add values to the community and or its customer. So the system model should be an overall partnerships of managers and employees with a common goal and where everybody feels that they have a stake in the organization. Okay. So now, do you have any question before we move on to the video about organizational behavior? You're very welcome. If you have, if you have question about this. Okay. So now we have those 5 models. I will play a video for you. Wait.
Unacceptable.
And when you're a coach, unfortunately, good performance doesn't last forever. Everyone has downs as well as ups. And when you're a coach, it's just as important that you never let poor work go unnoticed.
Yes, but unless I have a specific date or billing number, I can't. Ma'am, what I'm trying to tell you, if you'll listen for just a second, is I have no way of helping you unless I can. Hello? Goodbye.
Robin, please tell me you don't talk to all of our customers that way.
What? No.
Well, the conversation I just heard is completely unacceptable.
But she. You didn't hear her language. She was screaming at me.
I can't do anything about her attitude. What I'm concerned with is yours.
Would you want to be corrected in front of your friends? Not likely. So don't do it to the people you coach. The idea of when you see it, say it, only works when you're coaching good work. When you're coaching poor work, the trick is to make it private and make it positive. First thing, get them alone, or at least away. The sooner the better, but make sure it's private. Now, the hard part, making it positive. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, are you correcting things for their success or yours? Are they doing it wrong or just differently than you would? Are you angry or irritated? If you're not in a completely positive frame of mind, stop and wait until you can be. Then proceed with caring.
Ma'am? Hello? Goodbye.
That call sounded like a rough one. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Remember, a good coach is willing to let the learner choose their own path. So be careful not to jump in with all the answers. Just jump in with a few questions.
So, how do you think it could have gone better?
I'm not sure.
When you feel like saying, here's what I think, stop, take a breath, and ask them, what do you think?
Well, she's bound to call back. What are you going to say?
I don't know. Seems like there's not much you can say.
It's amazing what you'll hear if they think you're really listening. And of course, what do you do when you hear them come up with a great solution? Never let good work go unnoticed. When you see it, say it.
Robin, I think that's exactly right. Just let her vent for a while until she's ready to listen.
But what if they don't have the answers? At that point, a tip or a shortcut or some practical advice from you can do wonders.
Sometimes I'll say something like, let me know how I can make it right for you.
Whatever you offer, make it simple, positive, and totally practical. At times, you'll find that they might need a little more training, or maybe they never knew what was.
Okay, back again to this organizational behavior. We have an autocratic model, custodial model, supportive model, collegial model, and system model. So which of the models of these 5 models are involved in the video that we have just watched just now? Can somebody share opinion or comment in the chat box, please? Yes, Jama Alana.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
I noticed one model in the second scene that is the support. Yes, ma'am, the supportive model. The when the leader takes a deep breath and then she asks what's wrong to the employee, and then that's the supportive model when she seeks to understand what is the problem and what motivates the employees, and to focus on those things to motivate and to inspire the employees.
Okay, okay. So for Jama Alana, you notice a supportive model there. When the what is it? The managers or the owners take a deep breath. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Jama. So maybe others want to also share your what is it feeling toward this? Yes, please. Maybe somebody also noticed an autocratic model or custodial or collegial or system. Yes, please. Gloria, go ahead.
Based from the video, ma'am, I noticed that there is also collegial model, because based on the definition in the module, it said that the manager's role is like a coach whose function is to guide the team to perform and generate a positive and motivating work environment. The manager listened to her employee and gave advice to her, how tips and advice on how to handle the customer. That's all, ma'am.
All right, all right. Okay, thank you. That is very true that on what is it on the collegial model. So the role the role of the manager is to foster this teamwork and create positive and energetic workplace. And also this manager can be considered to be the coach of the team. And of course, as the coach, the goal is to make the team perform well. Yeah. Okay. Overall, rather than focus on their own performance or the performance of the key individuals. Thank you so much, Gloria. Anyway, both of the students are correct actually. So it depends on from which perspective we are seeing that, whether we want to see the manager as an aspiring leadership. But in supported model, usually it's not only about the what is it the manager or the owner being supportive to the what is it to the employees, but also it is more into leadership. So they're giving what is it like a kind of what is it show the model and example. So it's quite opposite to the autocratic models, in which this approach states that employees are self-motivated and have value and insight to contribute to the organization beyond just their day-to-day role. But again, whether you see it from the sportive model and also from the collegial models can be very well accepted. What about the first one? The first move that the manager did to the employee, in which she criticized in front of the other employees as well, instead of creating a positive environment to motivate the employee. It is more into autocratic models, right? In which it is more into showing the power and authority of the manager or the boss, right? So it is only the instruction and the staff is only doing the instruction itself. Thank you so much for Jenna and also Gloria. Very well. And now we are going to move to lesson 1 about organizational change. And as you can see in the organizational change, lesson 1, with the model also talked about organizational development, in which OD, organizational development, is a field of study that addresses change and how it affects organizations and the individuals in the organization. Effective organizational development can also assist organization and individuals to cope with change. Okay, and then there are change in organization. We have change masters, driving force, restraining forces, and quasi-stationary equilibrium. Okay, so what is actually change master is a person or organization adept at the art of anticipating the need for and of leading productive change. So it is as a way to reinforce the judicial educator's role in the change process. And this term will be used to refer to educators and managers who are interested in affecting change in their organization or work teams. And we also have the term of driving forces. The driving forces are forces which positively affect and enhance the desired change, and they may be person, trend, resources, or information. And then we have restraining forces, which represent the obstacle to the desired change. And we have quasi-stationary equilibrium, in which it is the balance that occurs as changes occur and affect the weight of either one of the forces. Okay, so we have force field analysis in planning also. So force field analysis in planning, so it is actually a way for individual to scan their organizational context, brainstorming and predicting potential changes in the environment. And the second, it is actually the tool, a tool for implementing changes. So I have example of force field analysis in planning. So sometimes when we try to make a change, it is not easy for us, right, to implement the change, because somehow people feel already feeling very comfortable and convenient with the old environment. And if there is a change coming, you feel like some people probably will feel challenging to face a new change. But some people perhaps not feeling the same, as I said before, that people will respond differently toward the same environment or the same or response the same thing, right? Because we are individual and we are different and unique one to each other. Okay, so force field analysis is actually used to distinguish which factors within a situation or organizations drive a person towards or away from a desired state, and which oppose the driving forces. So this can be analyzed in order to inform decisions that will make change more acceptable. Okay, I have the example here. Can you see it? For example, you have a change proposal on to facilitate the successful adaptation of adult graduate students to the online learning environment by introduction of a mentorship program. Okay, so this, you want to make a change on how to make an adult graduate students to adapt the online learning environment by introduction of a mentorship program. Yeah, so as you can see, there are two tables on forces for change and forces against change. So this is the way, this is actually the tool for you to analyze the situation, the forces that the possibility of forces for change and the possibility of forces against change. So as you can see, for example, the independence or autonomy as a learner, also can be considered as forces for change, and what against the change is probably the lack of time or management skills. Okay, so and also the score, for the score, what you have to do is you have to rate each for or against force on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 as weak and 5 as strong. Okay, and usually we can administer this to group of people and then try to find their feedback on such of the things. Okay, so to identify forces to be addressed by an intervention, we reviewed items that score in the top half of the resisting forces. So those items scoring 2.5 or greater were targeted as they have the stronger potential to influence our intervention. So with the items targeted, the next step is to develop the intervention, which is a mentoring program. Okay, now can you for now think about the change, probably change proposal, just like what I have here. Maybe you can put in the comment. And then you think of the forces for change and the forces against the change. What probably that will be? Like here, on my example, we have the change proposal of facilitating for the successful adaptation of adult graduate students to the online learning environment by introduction of a mentorship program. So some forces for change, for example, there is an independence or autonomy as a learner, and then scheduling flexibility, as you probably have experienced here. And then also the convenience in taking from home, so you don't have to choose between education and family if you have a quite far domicile or house with the school. And then there is also an accessibility, which you don't have to leave workplace to go back to school if you are working during your schooling, like you also work and study. And then also there is an availability to any geographic location, so you don't have to live in region of the school, and you also have the opportunity to interact with students from diverse location, and you feel like being challenged because of this situation. And then there are some forces against change, like there are multiple responsibilities that you have to do. You have to work while you're studying. And then you also have lack of time management skills because you have to do both ways at the same time. And then also you have lack of self-discipline or motivation or commitment, because if you don't go to school and there is a teacher or lecturer or a professor supervise you directly in the classroom situation, so it really needs your own discipline or motivation or commitment toward the study. And then there is also the force against the change, like no face-to-face contact with faculty or students, And then also there is also a feeling of isolation, and also the socialization among students are challenging. I hope it doesn't happen here, that everybody socialize very well to each other in this class. And then also time commitment associated with online course. Can you do that? Like you make the change of proposal and try to think what are the forces for change and the forces against the change. Well, actually at the end of this table, there will be a total score of each to, what is it, to know which of the forces is, what is it, having more score, which means that there is more, what is it, more opportunity in the future to do the change or no. Okay, but I'm very sure whatever the score is, you are still, as the agent of change, you have to still develop the intervention, okay, to apply the change. Okay, I think Dr. Madeline say that we only have 1 hour for each class session, which means that from 2 to, from 2 to 3 p.m. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
But anyway, can you think of one change proposal that probably you will do to your, what is it, to your organization, for example? Can you think of one change that probably you want to, what is it, you want to apply to the, what is it, to the organization that you have experienced, like the student union, or to the, what is it, to the religious organization that you think will give a more, what is it, benefit to the organization? Okay. Okay. You may have the draft. Okay. Can we give the an example of change that already happened? Yes, yes, you can. Yes, you can, Gloria. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's start with the change proposal first. Can somebody, what is it, put it on the comment section so we can discuss together? Yes, please. Yes, please. Come on. Okay. Okay, we discuss it later. I will move on first to the process of change. Okay, you just make a draft probably on your, what is it, with your pen and paper. And after that, we are going to discuss it back again. Okay. Okay, so when we talk about the process of change, yeah, by Egan, 1988. So the force field analysis is actually the beginning step of any plan change. Yeah, so but there are still many different models for the change process in the literature. And here is actually the following is a simple, straightforward one proposed by Egan. So he delineates 3 steps. The first is the assessment of the current scenario. The second is the creation of preferred scenario. And the third is designing a plan that moves the system from the current to the preferred scenario. Okay, so when you are going to plan a change, you need also the assessment of the current scenario and the creation of previous scenario, and also designing a plan that moves the system from the current to the previous scenario. Why do we need to know the process of change? Because when you want or having an idea of implementing a change to your organization, you cannot just like communicate your change, communicate your plan, what and how to make it work, but also you need to do some evaluation on the environment or the assessment. If you are doing this, what will happen? What will be the reaction of the individuals as the group's member or the organization's member? Will they accept it or will they decline or reject it? So, okay. So these are actually the key roles in the change process by Connors on 1990. The first is change sponsor. The second is change advocate. So change sponsor is an individual or group who legitimizes the change. And the second is change advocate. So those are individual or group who wants to achieve a change but does not possess legitimation power. And the number 3 is change agent. So this change agent is responsible for implement the change. And the last one is change target, in which those individual or group who must actually change. Okay. Okay. And then we also have some basic commodities and power tools. We have information, resources, and support. So these strategies for implementing changes by Cantor 1983, in which information include data, technical knowledge, political intelligence, and expertise, and resources include funds, materials, staff, and time. And also, one basic commodity and power tool for the change is the support. Yeah, so endorsement, backing, approval, and legitimacy. Okay, so these are actually two strategies for implementing change based on according to Cantor 1983. So the first one, what you have to do is you have to collect as many of these power tools as possible. So as this occurs, individual can plant seeds of support for the planned change. So this is particularly important in helping others to see the critical need for the planned change. So you need to make them to see the critical need by persuading them and put them to see this or see this urgency in your point of view. And it may be possible to plant these seeds before sponsorships of the change is sought, so that the sponsor feels he or she is proactively responding to critical needs. The second is package. So package is here is not literally a package, yeah, but this is actually how to package it. I mean, the change in a way that makes it less threatening and therefore easier to sell. Yeah. So how to make it soft? People even can barely see it as a change. So it's easier for them to, to be changed. Lots of change in my sentences, by the way. Okay. And then, so we have some possible ways to do the package. Like number 1 is conducted on a trial basis. So we do not do a very massive and also significant act first, but we may do some small steps, what we call as a trial. And number 2 is reverse if it doesn't succeed. And number 3 is do it in a small steps. And number 4 is be familiar and consistent with past experience. And number 5, fit in with the organization's current direction. Of course, number 6 is build it on the prior commitments or projects of the organization. So probably for some of you, it's quite difficult to, to be practically imagine all of this, unless what I said before, that you have to imagine or try to having one case for yourself. Yeah, so you have to have a proposal for change. So from then you can move forwards by thinking about some possible ways to do the package, how to make people don't feel like this is threatening, and so forth. Okay. So far so good. Do you have anything to ask? Any question?
So far, none, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And anyway, I think it's already 3:15. I don't want to violate the time because we already have 1 hour, about 1 hour, right? Well, anyway, you are actually still free to contact me personally. You can chat me personally about our class today. If you want to ask anything, just feel free. Oh, until 3:30, really? Okay, good. So, but we have an exam. Oh, okay. So what? Do you want to finish it now, or do you want to continue it again? It's up to you, but still we can do more discussion. Do you have WhatsApp?
Yes,
None,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Oh, great. Can you create a WhatsApp group for all of us?
I think some of
Sure,
our
ma'am.
classmates doesn't have it.
Okay, I put it in the chat box, my number. That is also my WhatsApp number. So probably you can put me in the group if you are able to do that. I mean, we can have a WhatsApp group so we can chat and continue the discussion there. What do you think? Is it possible?
Ma'am, I think that some of our classmates don't have enough storage for another application in
Oh,
their phone.
okay. All right. So we only have Facebook Messenger. Yeah. All right. Okay then. All right. So you have your my number. So if you want to ask anything other than Facebook Messenger, you can also contact me through my. You can also reach me through my WhatsApp. Number. Thank you, everyone. Again, do you have any questions? No. Okay.
None po. None, ma'am. Thank you.
None, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you everyone for participating. So we have Gloriel Fasai today for participate in our class, and also we have Jama, Alana, and then we have also Jericho. Thank you so much. And then we also have Angela M. Orbilo, and then Alma Omanito. I'm so sorry because of my, probably I don't pronounce your name correctly, but I try my best. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'll see you again on our next meeting, which is it every Tuesday? Yeah, is it every Tuesday, right?
Tuesday and Thursday, I think, ma'am.
Tuesday and Thursday, but on Thursday you usually don't have a Zoom meeting, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, ma'am.
Okay, so we are going to meet again on Tuesday at 2 p.m. 2, 3. Okay, thank you everyone. So I want you to make a proposal of change and also to forces of nature in which those forces, one is the support and one is as the resistance, which cannot support, as I as I saw you earlier. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Let me end the call for today.
Thank you, Mom. Bye po.
Bye,
Thank you, ma'am.
Mom.
Bye,
Goodbye.
ma'am.
Bye,
Bye.
Mom.
Bye.